Hello and welcome to my Philippines adventures. In this video we'll try to compare the incomparable, taking a look at two beautiful tropical islands that are so similar yet so different. In this video I'll give an overview of both islands and then you'll be able to make your own choice while I will share mine. Before we dive in, let me give you a quick overview of what we're dealing with here. This video is about Bantayan and Malapascua Islands. Both are tiny islands located on the northern side of Cebu, a massive island in the middle of the Philippines. This is the final video of my Cebu series. Before this, I visited Oslo to see the whale sharks and Malboal for some exciting canyoneering and almost drowning while diving. Fun times. But this video is about the last stage of my holiday. By that time, I was looking for a place to wind down and to relax. So first stop is Bantayan Island.
Hey everyone, we are in Bantayan Islands. Well, actually right now it is a Virgin Island, which is right next to Bantayan, that is right over there. Yeah, it is nice. It is really nice. It's very different from Oslo and Malboal. It's much more chilled. There's not that many backpackers or young travelers because there's not that much to do. It's more of like a chilled, relaxed place. Just to enjoy the beach, have a little swim here and there. We are doing a small island hopping tour today. Tomorrow we're going to Malapascua Island. Malapascua Island is known for its scuba diving. You can see thresher sharks over there. But now, yeah, we're in Virgin Island. It's pretty relaxing, really beautiful, but at the same time, quite touristic. So, yeah, it's nice to chill and relax after all those adventures in Lindvall and Oslo.
Bantayan was nice, but something felt off for me. What exactly I'll share in a bit, but for now my main concern was to find a way how to get out of this island. The issue is that when you look at the map, Bantayan and Malapascua seem so close to each other, but that's just an illusion. There are no regular ferries connecting the two islands, so if you're a traveler with limited time, you'll likely end up visiting just one of them. It is possible to hire private boats from Bantayan to Malapascua, but it's pricey. We almost went for it, but the sea in that area was quite rough. Unfortunately, our boat trip had to be cancelled. This meant we had to make a much longer route, a ferry from Bantayan to mainland, followed by a 3-hour taxi ride, and then another ferry to Malapascua. That's why I decided to make this comparison video, to help you decide which island to visit and avoid all this frustrating commuting. Before we leave Bantayan, here are two cool facts about it. One is pretty cool, the other was pretty dreadful. First, the cool fact. The capital of the island, the main township of this island is called Santa Fe. That sounds pretty cool, doesn't it? Now the dreadful fact. According to Wikipedia, there are 500 types of corals in the world, and 400 of them can be found in the Philippines. And apparently 70% of them in Bantayan have been completely destroyed or at the brink of extinction. And the reason for it is the blast fishing and cyanide fishing. This is absolutely insane. And when I was there, the seabed did look very empty. There are no snorkeling tours, there are no diving tours, and I talked to locals, they said that yeah, there's not that much to see there. This is a very sad image, and I really hope that the government of the Philippines are gonna do something about it and try to restore the underwater world in Bantayan Island. But anyway, let's move on to the tiny, charming Malapascua Island and see what it has to offer.
Hello. I am in Malapascua. This is the final stop of my holiday in Cebu. This is a northern island of Cebu province or region. It is a tiny little island. It's just like 2 kilometers long, 1 kilometer wide, so it's easy to walk around. It is lovely. It's like one of the highlights of my holiday. The main things to do here is diving. Malapascua is known for its diving spots. They have thresher sharks, and yesterday I did a tour with them. And no, I don't have any kind of recording of it. I have actually one, I'll show it in a bit. It's basically when we were coming back, there was a really heavy storm, so that was quite extreme. I know that one boat got badly damaged. We were fine, but yeah, completely soaked. It was extreme.
Just a few words about snorkeling and diving there. We did 1 snorkeling tour and 3 dives. The snorkeling was lovely, though it wasn't easy to get on the boat. The seabed is full of sea urchins and I immediately stepped on one. Luckily, its spines weren't venomous, so it didn't pose much of a threat, while the snorkeling itself was very enjoyable. Some spots had strong currents, so we had to be very careful. My friend Sophie almost got carried away there, but the corals and fish were simply stunning. They also took us to see the remnants of a World War II shipwreck. While there wasn't much left of the wreck itself, it still offered plenty to explore. Now, about the shark dives, they were incredible. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage. There are 2 reasons for that. First, I'm not an experienced diver, so I didn't want to distract myself with filming. But the main reason is that I didn't have a proper case for my GoPro. While it's waterproof, it can't handle the depths of 20 meters. I never thought that would be an issue. I do have a case for my GoPro, but the problem is that if there is at least like a single little droplet inside of the case, after a while it will start fogging up and it will ruin any kind of footage you make. So that is why after a while I just stopped taking it because it just spoiled so many shots that I was trying to make. But in Malapascua, I paid for it. As for the dives, they were absolutely spectacular. I chose a slightly more expensive dive school, but their service was excellent. After nearly drowning in Moalboal, I wanted to play it safe and didn't want to take any risks. I went with a dive center called Little Mermaid, and it was fantastic. I always had an instructor by my side who guided and helped me, which made the experience much more comfortable. The dives themselves were unforgettable. There's nearly 100% chance of seeing thresher sharks, and they were astonishing. Huge sharks with long tails and big bubbly eyes. Truly an amazing spectacle. I highly recommend it. We also did a dive to see a tiger shark. Luckily or unluckily, depending on your perspective, we didn't encounter any. Well, I didn't. One couple in our group saw a tiger shark for a split second before it disappeared. But as for the thresher sharks, I did see them and they were absolutely mesmerizing. But with that, let's get back to me speaking on the bench.
What I like about this island is that it's small, cozy. It's got really nice like beach line with some really nice restaurants and cafes with some chilled out live music. The people are nice here, mostly divers, and they're usually nice because these are usually active people who are here to dive, they're sporty. They're here to enjoy the nature, they're here to explore and then move on. So that's really cool. That's kind of my thing and I really appreciate it here. We're spending here about 4 days. We're initially planning to spend just 2 days in Malapascua and then go to Bohol, but to be honest, that would be a little bit too much of moving around and a little bit troublesome. That's why we're spending just like 4 full days in Malapascua, exploring everything, swimming, just relaxing. It is so beautiful. I've heard there are some places in Palawan and Coron that are maybe even kind of better. I'll get there some point. But for now, this is awesome. This is really nice. My plan for today is just to move around the island, gonna film some stuff. I've heard there was like an old cemetery where you could still see some skulls lying around. That's a little bit weird and unusual, and I'm gonna film it.
Speaking of the cemetery, that place is eerie, and I don't know why it's like that. My friend Ryan told me he was there 10 years ago and said there were bones just lying around, uncovered and unattended. I couldn't really believe it, so I decided to check it out for myself. And yes, I had to blur out the cliffs, but it's true, the bones are just there, not protected or anything. What's even more surprising is that it isn't an abandoned cemetery where no one cares about the place. Oh no, there were plenty of fresh gravestones. It is clearly still in use, and yet no one wants to do anything about those bones. Why? I have no idea.
Before this, I was in Bantayan Island, and it was lovely too, but it was full of expats who had been living there for quite some time, and I think they were creating a bit of a strange vibe for me. I didn't really feel very comfortable there. I don't know, it felt a little bit sad for me because those were just guys from Europe who would stay there for years, and we'd been there for 3 days, and all that we saw just them getting drunk every day, going to the same bars over and over again. And this is not how I imagined my way how I would age. I would like to be active, I would like to do things. I wouldn't like to be just stuck in a bar and get wasted every day. We are spending 2 more days here, today and tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow we're going to Cebu. In Cebu we're gonna spend the night because the bus from Malapascua to Cebu takes 5 hours, and that's plus 2 hours by ferry, so it's a long journey. That's why we're gonna leave Malapascua somewhere in the morning and somewhere in the evening reach Cebu, get some food, rest, relax. The next day maybe explore Cebu once again, just do some things. And then we're flying back to Hanoi. Overall, Philippines have been great. It was a great holiday. The way we planned the holiday was really nice too, because it was dynamic, but not too much. We would basically spend normally like 1, 2, 3 days in one location, and normally that would be enough. And I think this is a really, really good balance. Again, maybe that's my vision, but I think when you start a holiday, you kind of want to move around, you want to explore. Well, at least in my case, I want to go do things. I'm kind of excited to be in a new place. I want to see as much as possible. So spending too much time in one location doesn't feel enough. But in the end of holiday, I would usually tend to slow down and just want to kind of just embrace the moment. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to Cebu, and this will be the end of holiday.
So that's my overview of these 2 islands. Because of their location, it might be quite difficult to see both of them when you're on a tour around Cebu. And also, they're very, very different. Bantayan is laid back, with some bars and restaurants, long and beautiful sandy beaches, and I think it caters more to local tourists. Malapascua, on the other hand, feels better suited for younger, foreign travelers. It has excellent restaurants, but its main attraction is diving. My personal choice, definitely Malapascua. It completely won my heart. It's so small and cozy, perfect for walking around and exploring. It also has some fantastic snorkeling spots and truly incredible diving sites. It was a wonderful place to relax and recharge. I really love Malapascua, and I think it's one of those places where I could easily get stuck for weeks, relaxing on the beaches and exploring its numerous diving sites. And this will do for now. I really hope you liked the video, and I hope you found it useful and interesting. Bantayan, Malapascua, it's such a difficult choice. Well, in my case, I chose to go to both, and I have no regrets. I hope this video will make it a little bit easier for you to decide where to go. I try to be fair, but also try to share my own opinion. Now, it's your turn. Please share what you think. Leave a comment section down below. What do you think? Where would you go? Have you been to any of those places? Have you seen those thresher sharks or tiger sharks? I would love to know. As usual, please like, subscribe, bye, and see you soon.